I need to drill and ream the hole for the valve body. I'm going to drill it 15/64 and ream it, probably 2505, 0.2505, and see if I can get a piece of 1/4-inch drill rod to slide in nice and easy. If I can't, I'll go to 0.256 or 0.251, excuse me. But obviously, it's going to be tough getting a drill bit in there. I'm out of vertical height, and it's going to be impossible to get a chucking reamer in there. So, fortunately, there's always, or usually, at least there is in this case, another way to skin this cat. I will go over here and stick the workpiece itself in my 4-jaw chuck on the lathe and drill and ream it there. Well, I've got the 4-jaw mounted and the workpiece kind of stuck in there. But one of the things I always do before I use my lathe is wipe the ways down and generously apply a little whale oil, or a lot of whale oil. Maybe a lot of people say way too much, I don't know. And it drips on the lead screw. Every once in a while I'll do this to the lead screw. And the control bar. I think that's the control bar. And maybe that was the control bar, not sure. I'm not afraid of getting my finger greasy. So my lathe sits here in my shop, which is really my garage, 2-car garage. And the garage door opens and closes. But I've got a 50 or 75 quart dehumidifier that I let run constantly. Obviously the humidity is low now or you'd hear it. Alright, I've got to adjust the 4-jaw chuck such that this workpiece, or rather the center of the valve body, which is scribed on a piece of aluminum there, is aligned along the axis of the lathe. So I'll move the jaws out and in, over and about until that happens. I can easily do it with using this pointer that I've got mounted in the drill chuck. We know it's aligned at the end because you saw it with the pointer there, or I saw it. But I've got to drill this valve body hole 1.5 inches deep. So I'm wondering if this workpiece is out of alignment in this direction as we go towards the chuck. And later I'm going to wonder if it's out of alignment in this direction as we go towards the chuck. So let's see what it is at 1.5 inches. Actually, I don't have to, I think it's 1 3/8, but that's all I have to go, but we'll measure it at 1 1/2. Okay, there we are at 1 1/2. It's about 1/2 thousandths out. In other words, we're low here, so we need to come up a tiny bit. Let's back this guy completely off. You know, work that way. Set him back to, it doesn't make any difference. Okay. Let's just bump him up a little bit here with a rubber mallet. Not sure that did anything. We'll find out. Okay, I'm happy with it there. Well, I guess I'm not happy with it there. So, did that improve it? I went way too far. Okay, there we are at 1 1/2 inches. It's on the 0 mark. And there we are at the end. It's on the 0 mark. I think that improved it. So I'll do the same thing for this side. It's not a finished surface, it's just from the mill. Let's see what we got. There's 1 1/2 inches. It's about 1 1/3 out. 1 1/3. 1 1/3. So we'll bump him up a little bit. Or actually, I don't like to beat on my dial indicator, but I did that time. Let's see where we are. Set him back to 0. Okay, it's 2 thousandths. I made it worse. Let's see what we are now. It's a little bit better, but still about 1 1/4 thousandths out. Way too much. I'm not going to beat on the indicator again. there. So we're high here. A little bit better. We're still 1 almost a half a thousandths out low at the far end, at the end closest to the chuck. Didn't move it, didn't change it. Let me stroke it once. Well, it's got a little bump in it. Let's choose somewhere else on that surface. The reason the indicator changed so much is as I moved the carriage in, or the compound, or the cross slide in, and this is not at 90 degrees, so that's why it moved. Alright, let's go back here and set it at 0. Yeah, there we are. We're at 0. Yep. Looks like we're good. So a hammer is the right kind of hammer is a good thing to own. The big disadvantage to doing this on the lathe instead of the mill is that I can't turn the workpiece anywhere near fast enough for the, just call it 1/4 inch hole I'm going to eventually drill, 15/64. At 1/4 inch, it's like 19 SFM where it ought to be 300, 500 SFM. But if I turn it anything faster than 300 RPM, then the lathe shakes too much because it's so out of balance with the workpiece off to one side like that. It's just the workpiece is aluminum, it doesn't weigh much, but this jaw is heavy. So this is what it looks like at 300 RPM, and that's where I'm going to do my work. Center drill it. And then I'm going to drill it 9/64 by about 1.5 inches deep, and then drill it 15/64 by 1.5 inches deep, and then I'm going to ream it 1/4 inch by the same depth. And then I'll see if a piece of drill rod will fit in there. Probably won't. Shouldn't. And then I'll go 0.2505, another 5/10,000ths of an inch, and see if my drill rod fits the way I want it to. If it doesn't, I'll go up another 0.10 of an inch to from 0.2505 to 0.251.